Alright, let's see if it's working this time. I've been recording one there. It went on for about 7 or 8 minutes, and I realised that I'd stopped the video, and after about half a second, and then for the rest of the time I was talking and nothing was being recorded. Very, very hurtful, quite devastating, really. The lights are out. There's one light on. It's in the hall, and it's reaching slightly into the room, but I've crawled into the darkest corner of the room because I think this is going to be quite a dark, miserable, moany stream, and I hope you're ready for it. There are a couple of things I want to talk about. First and foremost, I want to talk about what's going on there in Ireland, in the Emerald Isle, and recently there's been fuel demonstrations, blockades, stopping the government from trying to get fuel, diesel and petrol and oil and all that refined stuff. And a lot of the petrol stations have had now a drop. It's been like, like a desert. And I was absolutely dumbfounded by this when people brought it to me attention. Like, what are the Irish trying to do? You're now going to defeat your government. You've got no leverage against the government. You might as well lie down, roll over, and if the government says go and fetch the newspaper, go and fetch the newspaper. You're now going to bring the government down, not in the 21st century. They've got all the angles covered. You're wasting your time. You're absolutely wasting your time. Just surrender. That's what I would say to the Irish protesters. Just surrender, because you're a laughing stock, really. In your pea-brained head, you think you're going to take down the government. Never going to happen. Absolutely never going to happen. Okay, some people in the live chat are saying I'm very pessimistic here. Just get rid of those people. To be honest, I get the feeling they're quite pessimistic, and they're trying to bring down myself on my own channel. I was in Ireland actually once, and once was enough, to be honest. I couldn't get out of there fast enough. I felt like Charlton Heston, going to the planet of the apes. That's what I felt like. It really was a strange place. They're quite a wild people, the Irish. Very shifty-eyed, could shank you at any second of the day. You just don't know, you just don't know what they're going to do. Are they going to hug you, or are they going to shank you? It's impossible to know with the Irishman. Very violent, very aggressive, quite uncivilized, very uncouth. Probably the most uncivilized of the European family. I think the Irish is kind of, it's out there on its own. It's out there on its own. Wilder, I would say, than the Serbian, and the Serbians are quite wild. The Irish are just a completely different level. Not fit for civilization, and I think that's why they do well in places that are on the periphery, away from the continent. I know Britain is also not connected to the continent, but we're a wee bit closer than Ireland, So I think that's enough about the Irish, because if I get on about the Irish question, I'll be here all night. And then, like the last time I complained about the Irish, 1,000 of me subscribers who were Irish told me that they were unsubscribing. But funnily enough, I got the exact same number of donations the following month, which told me that all my Irish subscribers never donate a dime to MOANSIE. So total waste of space is how he'd put it. But that's enough about the Irish. Let me talk about something else that's pulling on my heartstrings. That's sent me into a spiral. Very, very upsetting. Some of you may have noticed this, but we didn't out control the Twitter account, but we had got permission to promote some of our videos from time to time. And it was only a recent thing, really, that we had started really using that Twitter account to promote Traitor FM videos. And it turned out that a fellow Scotty, a guy who's quite bleak, quite dark, quite depressing, possibly imitating MOANSIE, he blocked that account from interacting with his account, and I thought that was quite a bitchy move, quite a feminine move, and we were not too impressed with that. But we had a sort of a presentiment that this would not fare well for our account, because this guy, he's capable of flagging accounts, and he's capable of telling all his flying monkeys to do likewise. And we're now pointing the finger at him, but let's just say it is not beyond the bounds of possibility, impossibility, whatever way you want to slice it, that he got the account taken down. Now, as I say, we're not pointing the fingers. We don't want you people going over and trying to flag all of his social accounts, and we don't want you going over trying to disrupt him. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in vengeance. I think it's a weakness, vengeance, and we should not be consumed with hatred. Obviously, if this guy did do it, karma will sort him out sooner or later. And I don't want you to go over and cause problems for him. I don't think that would be nice. I don't think it would be nice. But yes, it was quite upsetting, and some of you probably thought it was an Irish goodbye. No, we were kicked off to Twitter. Oh God. Oh dear. Oh God, just thinking about it, because it's not the first time I've been kicked off to Twitter, and it's quite devastating that you can never talk to people and agree with them on absolutely everything, and just try to get along and to ensure that nothing ever really happens. Just agree and giggle and talk about TV shows that nobody has a clue about. Write articles about just complete claptrap, and think that you're making a big difference by writing a big long essay about the musical Mamma Mia that you saw there a few months ago. Just crazy people out there. But anyway, I don't want to point the finger at the Scottish guy who imitates MOANSIE, because he mightn't have done it. He might not be behind it. Maybe Twitter had been monitoring the account for a long time, but it is quite queer that the account was running since 2019, and it had never had a suspension, never had any trouble at all, and then it was taken down. Now, we did now try to challenge the suspension, which was really an expulsion. Suspension is more sort of a temporary colour. But this was an expulsion, because when we 10 days later, out of curiosity, tried to question why we'd been suspended, because to give you a chance, to put in a claim, and we questioned them. We said, what was it that got the account taken down? And they just threw a load of stuff at us. It was like everything possible under the sun that could have happened, but they wouldn't tell us what it was, and they told us that if we try to contact them again, we'll be ignored, and the account will never be reinstated, and that if we try to open up other Twitter accounts, they too will be taken down. It was quite sinister from, a corporation that you would now expect to be sinister, a Silicon Valley conglomerate. You don't expect it. You don't expect it. So that's it. We're gone. We're off to Twitter. Quite depressing, quite dark, and I would say quite sinister. Someone's behind it, and I don't like pointing fingers. But if you're listening to this, you who did it, you're on my naughty list, and you don't want to be. Whatever you do, you don't want to be on MOANSIE's naughty list. I can be quite vicious, but vengeance is not what I'm about. But let me just say that you'd want to look over your shoulder. I'll leave it there.